betimi abadwuma
National Organizer de ma MPP amenyoko no Ayora Henry Nana Abuache Nana B na wono so na ekire se niema na nse yakoso ewa appointment committee ni ma kire se ampa ehia se ya na no totoɔ no ewo se koso
Canada frafo adema NDC amenyoko ayofia Boatinja wo kire se so far so good mampani John Dramani Mahama nkwafo wapa omo so omo maboa no ewo na mamuomu no ya la na so bi wo honma Kosan ewo mo ho na so no de fisem
Education Think Tank African Education Watch omo so na ekire se beya adesuafo as se yam wo a wo mo mabey afufu a wo bia dan suba bone adi no omo se beya panyifo nhwe na sa ginaye no wo mo ensesa no
and some way any afufro bi enanwuraba fafa mienu anwure yetrase a ye ba bi ni nyinada ede asomwa kenkan fa ne me rantenu ya ba ma me efumwa kafena mene
adwo anya ko abronoma
trake wan ejina so aba
Sika FM trake wan ye ne ekro no 89.5 Sika FM
Sikka FM 89.5. Yes, Sumasan. Sikka FM 89.5. Yes, Sumasantimai.
Yes, Sumasantimai. Kana mai we sinyira ka ho afa ye wura ensam ni mo angazasadi atiano si ahunu mai ba hunu
Sikka FM ya hunu
me se di wom se di ba wom
Sikka FM ufa wom
ye fra semra hip bedwam Elano ya wada na mrahebe for wa appointment committee no anim ene atwerebo fata yu wa mo bo atwede pa e wo committee no so our microphone omo ade ye adwuma bisa nkofo nsam fam o wo ma papa ni nyira bubu nkonwa twetwe table ni ade akontokwa ho aguo mo ani masepa nyom so wo no honorables so mo de fi wo ho sadie beyo akoma kwosoro matwade ya wo bo enti no mpese wo de si ho no so mo kohwe no na woni a esan so dida so a ba de bebrebe enti dom kuma no torotoi e mo chese na dan na enipa bebrebe ya beto wo nyina kire no se bi da so gu veranda so wo mo ba bebre sa no ne be ya de no yamfa hia da de edi mo no na no asemo yo na kwakofa wantwi ba me nteme ho ase ba ne apiapia table papa niema e wo ho no madwa pa ne kokko pa guzamra hebedwafo nyina tiri so e mo kire sa de wo mo ye ensani wo bagua mo ho no ase de akire Ghana fo afenso wo ye kaba nka bi mo wo ma machemate bi aba ho wo ma anya de nti sabre no de okan ye semra hebedwafo makomakondan ya MPP form yensa and a woman
have become aware of the consequences of orders you have issued as a result of the formal communication you have given. But this is what we have to say, and I quote from Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. Mr. Speaker, you remember the story of Shylock when he demanded his pound of flesh. The plea came from Portia, who was the supposed counsel for the debtor. Mr. Speaker, this is what he had to say, and I rely on it to mount the next line of my submission. That the quality of mercy is not strained, it droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the earth beneath. It is twice blessed. It blessed him that gives and him that takes. Mr. Speaker, we cannot take your power to discipline from you, but we believe that when this is tempered with assurance that the way forward will be better, we will be able to reinstate our colleagues who temporarily have been denied access to this chamber and the precincts of Parliament. Ours is not to undermine your authority. After all, it is the confidence we had in you that made us by consensus to vote you into office, and we accept your authority. Mr. Speaker, we do not think that we should litigate this matter even on procedure. We are more interested in the outcome, which is not a desired outcome. Today, I, on behalf of my caucus, would want to assure the public that such an action will not be seen in the public space again. Mr. Speaker, I take full responsibility as a leader on my side on all actions that took place. I will therefore conclude by inviting you, Mr. Speaker, to, in the circumstance and with assurances given, to consider a rescission of the decision you communicated to the House, as well as all consequential matters there too. Mr. Speaker, without more, I shall thank you for hearing me and resume my seat. Thank you very much.
Na shebe dwamodom komano bano dani no nyamfo lesangda afenyoma kineke osahine enwachi enadom kese ne bano dani honorable Mahama Yarga enso kasaye.
The popular saying is that to err is human, to forgive is speakerly. Mr. Speaker, as you can see, I have replaced divine with speaker. That elevates you to an almost godly stature. My colleague, the minority leader, has spoken. He has recounted the happenings of Thursday and Friday. So, Speaker, I agree that your decision to suspend some colleagues was timely, and I believe that it has been understood by the generality of Ghanaians as a step that restored the image of this parliament. And so, Mr. Speaker, I believe that your action has achieved its objectives. But as you can see, our colleagues are remorseful. Our colleagues accept your decision in good faith, and our colleagues are appealing to you to review your decision to suspend your suspension, to reconsider your decision to suspend. So, Speaker, it is not only members of the minority side that were suspended. In fact, the chief whip of the majority side was also suspended. So, clearly, the conduct was on both sides. And I also, on behalf of my side, appeal to you to reconsider your decision and lift the suspensions so that our colleagues can join us, whilst the other measures that you are putting in place so that long term we can ensure the orderly conduct of business in this house is achieved.
Brashebe Jamodam Kasiane Bano Deni no nyamfo Mahama Ayarga ne krokramono ana speaker nanka samunso ebeninsem.
You can ask your leaders when they approach me with this. Yes, as a father, when your son commits an offense, you don't punish the son to the extent that you break his or her leg. That becomes a big problem for you, the father. And nobody is perfect. We are all fallible. So I listened to the apology, and here it was repeated by the minority leader for and on behalf of the members of the caucus, and supported by the majority leader. It's not only words. Before me, they demonstrated and assured me of their total support to me and the Deputy Speaker to ensure that we have an efficient and an effective functioning parliament in Ghana. So I am satisfied with not just the statement but also their conduct, and I will proceed to lift the suspension of the 4 members of parliament that I considered were involved in disorderly conduct which amounted to contempt. The rules are very clear, and I did refer to them and stated clearly that because we are in the transitional mood, we will not be able to put committees in place, including that of the Privileges and Immunities Committee. And the standing orders grant me the power and authority to do what I did. And clearly, the jurisprudence are very clear that when contempt is committed in facie curia, you don't proceed to set up another committee or court or whatever to investigate and submit a report. And so I referred to the one in Parliament. My very good honourable member, you are at liberty, even after this, to proceed anywhere. I have no problem meeting you in court, but that's where I was farming for many years before I became a member of Parliament. So I have lifted the suspension order, and I do so instantly, and it takes effect immediately. The honourable members who are affected are permitted now to enter the presence of the House. I must say that they complied. They actually complied with the orders.
And yet, see, right honorable Urban Samana Kingsford Babin.
Now, don't come over my shebe the fear and then so Abram come my shebe the fear honorable ene ntade tuntum ene kokko ene wo mo hye edi ko dwan ebi de bo wo mo nsa ena afei ebi so edi bi bo ba bi o peso wo mo bo na ne nyina da yes wo mo kire wo mani ana enso gina ya speaker esi ya wo twe emrasha bedwafo enan bi esese ye ne nyina da efa basabasa ye no ekoso wo veti no aseno na Onimonyafo baako a wono ka dom kuma ne ho ye tafo pankro no ma share bejani onimonyafo Vincent ekowasefo wono
creating the awareness to the Ghanaian people that we have a constitutional supremacy, we have a democratic institution, and a democratic Ghana. We do not have a speakership supremacy. We have a constitution that is bigger and powerful and authoritative than any other law in this country. So the Speaker of Parliament cannot be seen to be relying on the subservient law to uphold a constitutional provision. Cardinal of this constitution is the fact that there should be fair hearing as far as Article 19 is concerned. Now, fair hearing, inherent in the fair hearing, is the principle of natural justice, where you have to listen to the other side. We are not in any way supporting what happened. We do not. I condemn it. No certain terms. But I'm saying that even in the face of the wrongdoing, proper procedural approach should be adopted so that we know that indeed we are not in a banana state. The Speaker of Parliament did not wait to listen to the members of Parliament. We have a lot of options to make sure that the right thing is done, and we are embarking on a number of options that will, as it were, ensure that the right thing is done. The right thing is to allow members of Parliament to represent the people who voted for them. There are thousands of people who voted us here. The anticipation is that we should be able to represent them here on the floor of Parliament, and no one should usurp the powers of these people and stop members from, as it were, going about its business. And so that is why we feel that we should protest for the Ghanaian people to know that what happened on Friday is a bad precedent that we are setting. It's a dark day in the history of this country. It's a dark day in our democratic dispensation. It should not have happened. It happened at a very wrong time, and we feel that what happened is wrong, and for that matter, make sure that the people of Ghana actually understands what is happening.
Onimonyafo Vincent ekowasefo atafo pankro no ma share bejani anything in King.
Yanto akasere so na yenwura ensamfofro emu amanyosemu na mikoi NPP amanyokoni mu ne fire wo asante mantam ha ekuo bi ahima frimu a from se concern NPP supporters and wamo ayensantrefo nche mu chenchirenche e obantemedom and womani adwedifo ma ni nyina e le ayensantrefo ehie mu yi na yakwa yensam omode tu yanim nyira ne se wamo ka kire atwotwo wuro so wamo kikire kire ahyehye ni nyira se de basa so babiem brane te so so kokoro kwa manyoko na omote na wamo sa babiem na mom wamo ka kire panifo de se sunne so munnim na so mo kofa ma pedebre chedoda Mr. Dege Tabai ba mi ajmai wala Adam Smith economic magua sansuni dirbe jiram any flag bearer de ne ko ha so mo kofa ba mi aba biem a obapo manyoko na hewo mo sesai ba mi ere ne ko 2024 wa ko guri woni ma se poto adum go se kakra kent sa enkonwa bebre ba hwe ye hwe onu ko ana bresu de atumi to abada mantifidom a whole police station near MPP anya 0 not even one just
no ama omani nyina hu no first yes eti e ka say for no medi anim no ne wa rehwemu onimu just 16 years na empanifo ande obi bia hu no ya na ano ye betimi ama obedi kunum ye de ne ba ye no ye nyina ye hwe ya odi begira ye anim okasa kire Ghana man nyina okasa kire MPP adofo nyina oba yeti asese obaji nothing vote no enyina ba be ho na seat na wo ho na NDC seat nyina obaji aka ye ho ye nya rehwemu emu ye de ni di anim ye bo na chidom tumi bia wo say ye di na chi bia ye di na chi also ekwi asia no ye nothing vote no ye sa ko lusu tan emaburu no ye de ani ato ho ye ho ni say papa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ehwama wodi party no eso chair party no ai election akonyina anuti yegyina ha ensem tietia tentin nyane say yewa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yade ni gyina chen na yakofo bi a obetimi ato no hoye afofo dono ejadi fo dono empani fo dono na ono asa kwa ne sa no adwuma na obetimi ato anamo ono so ye obi a obetimi akasa mo na to ni patrim onye obi a odi asemsie onye obi a obi betimi akura no onye obi a obi betimi chinchim no yenda yetu anamo no yade yi akosi yewa
na MPP National Organizer Owura Henry Nana Abuache Nana B na hotedi no na wono so na di sembi abahwimu a watchra se na anu ya na se ensama hudu a epiepie every vete no a ekoso wasoafo a Ghana man panyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama abu mu din omukọ ma appointment committee no ekototo omano no o kire se ensembisa no ekoso anu yi ahodo a eba revelations ahodo a eba no kire se ampa vete anototo no ekoso na ya de ahia pa se soafo bia ebebo ne di bia wo fam ansa na watumi abedudwuma wo se ba akokora wodi si waka ho asem woni monya for Samuel Okuja to ablakwa wono na mampanya boni din so amayo so afọ obehwa amahodo ensam so entem na bi ne nsam no intie
vetting committee na ekoko so nsem APP bana ohun se ensem ni bi wo no mo a ye tema vetting hu hia pa because toda ye amanyofo igina ba bia ebi wo na ye kasa wa ngaso ni se nye vetting ana nka minim se kuje to han edan $15,000 a month e wo airport house nye vetting ana nka minim se ono no se busa no se edan otimu airport house rent am se obi anso bu se dan e wo dia but also rent dia that's fine but to rent kra na $15,000 a month I say you know you kra Fanizo di utia $200,000 a month. When I say so high, once would see Mukase Sikka win $15,000 per parliament to every month. In the cities, in the 15,000 Ghana cities now. It will be an added to almost school fees. We will put it in baby or Marco school in the school fees of Utia. School fees of Utia, a bro, even packet to your class. We are Marco school fees of Utia close to 25,000-30,000 Utia Ghana cities. It's a bazaar, a man who said, and if you any more Ankasa, any pepinum there. Who said the work of the Ura committee? Who could you talk about any of vetting committee? You can't Ura. Could you talk about any? They don't have any moral authority. Any Panama Kwako, you busan on the property crown. O Jimmy Grandis was Iba or win a real general Yakuzi. Okoya Yabuza was a president, a Kufado, a Makwako Tabasas. It could be a Tusu, Ganokana, who be some question. Vetting committee, who says, Alfonso, you don't know the power. I mean, times I know the casting the video on delays here, and we busan also is the other year with your ocean crown. None of what me young with me, and my Sabi one about Canadian a year, that was Mamia. But vetting, these are the things that my someone and for a can of war.
And I be here one fast how we had to be money Attorney General Dr. Dominic Aine. So also oba ye cases are who drove was what was no pay or drop in da and also so yentino. Attorney General or Bunipa President Mahama Amano is a very bad president. Me who be that. You want penny for the Bromans some more court or moody way. You said, we are court to which are court to a court, ye some more court to or by the following day. I do and so what drop all the cases Nina or drop Papa back case. Now you say 100 million to a certain bank without approval and without due process. We now because it's your queer needing as a mission, but you to me and penny Sikka near man a Benan Kuntujo. The Kenya bank cases near the no and some more if you me. Our corner or drop his charges we not the following day 1.2 Pano Governor Bank of Ghana. Yes, what am I court to one can answer movie? To a young woman say to you, Nanado Danko Kufado. I thought I'm not some seat or na bemu. No, I can say, oh, ma, state institution, they will see I did not a year fish moon. Now, what if you money but 2 we are you, Mahama Fair, you will Kufado, clearing agent, okay. Jubilee House na all claim for. You know, you say a dangerous scratching BBR. But they are family on court. They will send Libya. I do quite do at their bomb. If you are making a investigation stage, who said no, in a Subianium, no can now fret you will Kufado, clearing agent. It may on young for Omampeni Excellency, the president. Some of the now wash your Attorney General said. Only a seminal in free court. We free court, and the Parabona, the signal Ben, I will send them a World Bank, the IMF.
signal be na wo send am international community so pia ye de no won send pia ye se on be yi na no e won sem ba ko mi no could be say your court there say we go border na we dey but my court no ma say me to ba na say we green here fi ho no ya signal be na wo send
Any ayati ye Ora Henry Nana Boache wano and a national organizer at the MPP Amanyokoni.
Any Ameko and this Amayokoni Canadron Fra for the ma and this Amayokoni of Yabuatin Jan. Wafia na Yabsense Wafia way na washa said ye. Mampani John Dramani Mahama Bonko 4D Wenkwa we ha, Wankwa so ha, Wenkwa yesi wo ha. Wawo bompanifonia wura nimni nguraba for this so mama buano awa mamu Ghana for their head say so far so a good appointment na JM I had only say obviously oh dear JM I ne dear JM nanso kra no eno na wa ho sa no kra mpo no fantefo be so hobo eno na hobo no kra da akoko ya visa o wakana bonti ye ntine ya visa nyantuma go ne ase hata bonte enti de aya no wo mbeka ne fie de ne wo ho na na nso atetare ho no de bate wo ho no eno no ofia ase no ye fisab endi wo mbeka ne fie
na men ka say so far you serial appointment come on there be kakre bi na no so no amelo kwase ya momo no ni ke ye di tu ga say ni no dey ayi fi ase ni patients are being serial appointment in the names Akuyi, baby Kakrabina, but the Noy Fias. Ninamuno, I'm saying, why am I no? A person no now near ACC Wohono, and Nika Papa. Elizabeth Yabasabiana, Ghana for a book nothing once as would be an agency, and never need to be Nipana, and say, on that, and then we put wounded. Mano, maybe I'm the same call back. And Grana, the way you say, we like to be able to bring the door. The one of the many problems, I would not like to be so fast with the mouth. That's the reason that I could be able to get agencies in India. To be honest, we do, but yeah, I saw you put the bloody pocket to be any idea. Of people, you are anybody what trade money I give man what yeah you to put out the real and the girls now which will be jumana and not what my boyfriend in a mobile show now with the deal coming and then the deal of how your man can put you the deal of what in here and for one or two you not say I should do in an area about it when the piano and the Kadamamono
Eni ati ye Canada mfra for the ma NDC Amayoko of Yabuatin Jan.
Ya to so ko enwumasua ho ensemo na education think tank Africa Education Watch almost na babonten abekasa ede afanie ma bi ekoso ewo nwumasua asoe no afam wo mo kyeresa kane no de akwada akwa school no odi nsamfu a eni teacher ni wotobi se ne ene wo twimpre no wo bobofra ni bi kyeresa akwada a wo nsura de kura de na enye ni teacher ni a wo pebro ne ano ne boa mankwada etumi ye niema ye na so che bia na panyifo edi gira ye ba ye se hwe odisua ni bia o cheche anu abonwo akọ achi no ahwesade no ekoyi na se enkoyi gina ya panyifo so yese ya monkura yi die nyame ne nokure enkoyi eni tibe ya panyifo hye na sa policy no mo review mo kwotena so no mo ba mu na mo pa kwan ya hodo a ya de baboa atenetena disuafo wo sukuu mu sade ebe ya kane suba papa akora hu ni teacher ni anu osuro no ebe san ababio na executive director Edma Edward eye owura kofi jamu biba
na make say nyame amfefie na we pa na nka say de papa bi ka say nyame nkora wada no nka nyame daia na se kan nim say dan ya ti imagine say de nka kora ne nan be ko